remember everything.
But you have remembered everything. This is awesome. I mean, it's to a T.
I appreciate it.
Very, very good job. Unbelievable.
A lot of time and effort. I told somebody to get done. They said, "That looks good to us." Took them win high school graduation. And they looked at us and said, "We did every year." So, yes, the mass is spacing.
Limited number.
That's right.
Need to be by the chair. Huh?
Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2020. I don't have to remind those in attendance today that it has been a bizarre year. We appreciate your patience if we had to make many changes from the norm to finish out the 2019-2020 school year. Thank you again for bearing with us during this time, and we're happy we're finally getting ready to have a commencement ceremony. From the administration, school board, and staff, we would like to welcome all of our guests to this ceremony. We're proud of these students and want to honor them and their parents and guardians for the completion of their high school education. If you refer to your graduation program, it has a great deal of information. We'd like to direct your attention to the section that has the 12th grade academic awards. Since we were unable to have a ceremony, we place these awards on a table in the lobby. If you're listed as receiving one of these awards, then please pick up your award today as you leave. Also, we have a couple areas outside where pictures can be made after the ceremony. And also, if you're buying pictures from Mr. Smith, we have tables in the northwest and the southwest corners there where you can just place your money and your application there without having to touch anything. So at this time, we will have our student welcome. Graduating senior Abby Stillwell will deliver the welcome. Immediately after the welcome, graduating senior Lily Rogers will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem. After the national anthem and the invocation, the invocation will be delivered by Lily Rogers.
Welcome to the 2020 Valley View High School graduation ceremony. We are so thankful that you all decided to join us today. While this is not what any of us planned for, I think I can speak for us all in appreciation of our administration's hard work in preparing this ceremony for us today. Many of us thought this day would never even happen in person. Losing the last quarter of our senior year is something that we will never get back. So many athletes lost the opportunity to participate in their favorite sports, and other students lost those precious moments with students and their favorite teachers. Everyone told us our senior year would go by fast, but I don't think anyone ever imagined that it would go by as fast as it did. Again, I would like to thank everyone who was able to join us today, and I hope that we all walk out of here with hope for the future.
Please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Per Valley View tradition, let us join together in a moment of prayer. Dear Lord, today is a day filled with celebration, joy, and gratitude. We ask that you bless this graduation and all of the students and families in attendance today and take part in the ceremony alongside us. We give praise to you for allowing us all the privilege of being able to attend this graduation and for permitting myself and my fellow students the closure that comes with graduating before we begin the next chapter of our lives. I ask that you work in the lives of each and every graduate as we move on past today and the lives that we have grown so accustomed to. Though we are all going down different paths in life, let each of us be successful in our own unique ways and let us find happiness alongside it. Help us to use our education to benefit ourselves and the world around us and bestow upon us the courage to positively impact the world as we move forward, the humility required to learn from our mistakes, and the wisdom that comes with growing up. Amen.
Please seated.
Memories fade, but they're never lost. Colors change with time and change of heart. If I hold on to the memories and use them to guide me, will you be right here beside me? Everything I know is behind me. I'm starting a new life. I just don't want to say goodbye. Sun has set on everything we know. Friends we've made, I don't want to let go. After everything that we have learned, it's our time now, it's our turn. If I hold on to the memories and use them to guide me, will you be right here beside me? Everything I know is behind me. I'm starting a new life. I just don't want to say goodbye. The lights go dim as we suddenly see it's time to find who we're meant to be. We couldn't wait for this to end. Now we wish we can start again. If I hold on to the memories and use them to guide me, will you be right here beside me? Everything I know is behind me. I'm starting a new life. I just don't want to say goodbye. Now I have to say goodbye.
At this time, it's my honor and privilege to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian Russell.
Seniors, I'm really proud of each of you. You've displayed blazer pride and citizenship, scholarship all the way through your career. You made it to a great point, and I know if it wasn't for your parents, grandparents, relatives, you'd probably rather be sitting at home doing something different than this. But this is for you, it's for them, and we appreciate all of you attending. A great number of your classmates will be here through the 4 graduations today, so thank you very much for your participation. We want to honor you as best we can in these crazy times, so thank you for being here. Board members Lee Lane, Tad Margolis, and Brant Tosh, thank you, couldn't be here today. They may be at one of the other services, but right now we have our current board president, Richard Rogers, and our Vice President Todd Reed are in attendance today, and we're proud of them and proud to have them here. Many of our administrators are here today. Secondary Curriculum Director Roland Popejoy and Curriculum Director Sarah Osment are here. Carol Brown, Special Ed LEA, Barry Jones, Junior High Principal, Lindsay Lamberson, Junior High Assistant Principal, Greg Brannon, Junior High Dean of Students, Ella Bradshaw, Intermediate Principal, Crystal Klein, Intermediate Assistant Principal, but will be the Assistant Principal at the high school next year. Pam Clark, Elementary Principal, is with us, but Miss Pam she may be on the lake. I'm not sure. She's retired, and she won't be back next year. Beth Carr, our Intermediate Assistant Principal, will take her spot, and Beth is in attendance today. Michelle Crane, big loss to us, and I know you seniors feel fortunate that you had her your full career here at the high school. She'll be leaving us into retirement, and happy days for her ahead. And Crystal Klein will be over here in her stead. And Jason Manchester, High School Dean of Students. At this time, I'd like to present the class valedictorian, Shelby Ho, and class salutatorian, Keely Madden.
4 months ago, I pictured this scenario where I would stand before you all and give some speech about a deep insight on life. However, after spending a lot of time by myself, I have come to the realization that I am not very smart. I stand before you all because I either, 1, happen to have more free time, or 2, happen to be able to regurgitate useless trivia better than my fellow graduates. Therefore, as a fledgling adult younger than nearly everyone within this arena, I find it not in my place to give a lecture on life. Instead, I would like to thank everyone that have helped me reach this point. To the teachers and faculty of Valley View and Altus High for teaching me and maintaining the hectic environment that is high school, at least to the best of their abilities. To my dear friends, past and present, for shaping me to the individual that I am now and dealing with my endless antics, and most importantly, to my dear family who have sacrificed everything to get me to this point, and to whom I remain eternally grateful and sincerely apologize for being a non-binary bisexual. Thank you. Now I am ready to go sleep, assuming I still have a bed.
Hello there. Some of you might not know me since I've been locked in my room studying for the past 4 years, so I must say that it's nice to meet you as we get to say our official goodbye. For those of you that I do know, I must apologize for my behavior. Half the time I was running on 3 hours of sleep and caffeine alone, so if I did something to offend you, then I probably didn't mean it. We've been through a lot these past 12 years, from fighting on the playground to get to the swings first, to more recently whenever we had to listen to Mr. Gooden's intercom sermons and Mr. Moody and Mr. Crater's life lessons. Our class of 2020 has experienced a lot together. While we do share a lot of these experiences, much of what you'll remember from high school is unique to you only. Each of us had our own club, team, or friend group that suffered beside each other through all of the late-night study breakdowns or high school drama that we had to endure. So before we start our adult journeys, we get to use this time to take a final look at our years together, all of the late-night projects and the dumb videos that we had to make for English. And behind all of that, we get to thank our supportive parents and teachers who are the reason that we get to graduate today. Thank you for the late-night poster supply runs and for staying after school to help us understand a confusing concept. We definitely could not have done this without you. As for us graduates, let's try to remember every moment. All the games in the freezing cold, the sleeping on the bus only to wake up to your yelling teammates, and the quiet moments in class where you're supposed to be AR reading, but instead you Snapchat your friend under your desk. Even though we may not remember each other in the next 5 to 10 years, we get to keep these moments with us. And as you move on to whatever the future brings, try to stay safe and be decent. In this crazy world where people fight over any and everything online, and where we have to wear masks just to graduate,
Try to stay safe and represent yourself and your family well. I hope that your high school years gave you many great moments and an education to survive you through adulthood. I hope that it gave you lifelong friends and mentors to fuel a happy and healthy social life. But mostly, I hope that each of my fellow graduates can use what you got here to achieve your goals. Thank you for the years and for the memories that you've given me. And even though high school didn't end the way that we planned, though we didn't get to go to prom or DC or get to finish high school sports, I hope that each of you move on to do great things in the future. Thank you.
Graduates and guests, on behalf of the Valley View Public Schools and School Board, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2020. These students have met all the requirements of the Department of Education for graduation. It is with great pleasure that I present to you this graduating class. First row, please rise. And kind of make your way over to the side. Mrs. Michelle Crane will be reading names, and this year we're doing things a little bit different. The graduates will pick up their diploma and we'll come across the stage and we'll get together for our picture. At times we may have a few different people standing beside the graduate for their picture, as symbolizing presenting the diploma to them.
Good morning. All right, let's begin. Graham Thomas Adams. Hana Abdullah Almaskari. Angelina Aurora Amparo. Ursula Evangelina Anchondo. Avery Martin Aquino. Jacob Daniel Austin. Clarice May Baxa. Second row, please rise and come forward. Jordan Marie Bailey. Madison Brooke Bass. Josie Linnell Baxter. Graduating summa cum laude, Paul Dwight Betts III. Reagan Elizabeth Bingham. Graduating magna cum laude, Ty Monroe Boren. Graduating summa cum laude, Caleb Nathaniel Branch. First and second row, please be seated. Parents, we're going to do it this way. We realize that the picture-taking opportunities are a little more difficult if our graduates continue to stand. Even though it's a little less formal, it will help you out. Third row, please stand and come forward. Graduating summa cum laude, Nicole Elizabeth Bridger. Jacob Aaron Brown. Graduating magna cum laude, Jana Lee Brown. Jeffrey Adam Brown. Graduating magna cum laude, Cade Reichley Carr. His diploma presented by his mother, Beth Carr. Ethan Eli Ray Carter. Joshua Tyler Chastain. Presented by Mr. Rogers. Third row, you may be seated. Fourth row, please rise and come forward. Lauren Emily Clark. Dawson Reed Clevenger. Graduating magna cum laude, Maisie Jenna Coots. Graduating magna cum laude, Abigail Page Davis. Graduating magna cum laude, River Clay Dean. Graduating magna cum laude, Olivia Roxanne Delancey. Graduating magna cum laude, Madison Clara Dixon. Fourth row, you may be seated. Fifth row, please stand and come forward. William Cooper Dobbs. Graduating summa cum laude, Katie Leanne Dryling. Noah Zane Eccles. Chance Grayson Elder. Jordan Tyler Estes. Graduating summa cum laude, Madeline Claire Evans. Samuel Baker Fagan. You may be seated. Next row, rise and come forward. Graduating summa cum laude, Riley Jane Fanning. Graduating summa cum laude, Avery Dawn Finley. Graduating summa cum laude, Jacob Matthew Fluke. Jimmy Ashton French. Graduating magna cum laude, Eleanor Caroline Gamble. Dinah Paige Gathercole. Graduating summa cum laude, Brady Alexander George.
All right, you can be seated. At this time, we will have Avery Keno, who will lead us in the turning of the tassels and the closing remarks here on the video screen.
Class of 2020, it's time to turn the tassel. With me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello, class of 2020. Now I realize that I'm the only thing keeping you guys from leaving, so I'll make this thing short. Class of 2020. It took 4 years, 2 buildings, lots of different classes, and 1 global pandemic for us to get here. And although this isn't the ending that we wanted it, we should reflect on the great memories we made and the lessons we learned. No virus can take away the amount of flour we consumed at football games, the countless announcements from Mr. Gooden, and the feeling of embarrassment as Mrs. Leonard sang us happy birthday. Lastly, I want to thank everyone that has helped us get to this point. Shout out to Kanye West, my mom and dad, Miss Doris, and many more. The class of 2020, it's been an amazing 4 years with you guys, and from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very best. Thank you. Now stand for the Alma Mater.
At this time, although we couldn't find the music because ours is so special, we will attempt to sing the Alma Mater. So, if you know the tune. All right, here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, the blue and the gold overall, may they rise to the sky, never fall. May the world look to them in their flight. They're the colors for which we fight. We're the students of EBHS, the school that's always the best. We've stood every trial, every test. Our banner bold, the blue and gold will reign forever. And the only thing I have left is, ladies and gentlemen, with great pride, I present to you the graduated class of 2020. All right, follow Graham.